I hope you're doing really well today. I am Michelle Legaly. I'm the creator of the Empaths and Sensitives Facebook group with over, I don't know, are we close to 90,000 awesome empaths and sensitives, which is amazing, amazing. Also the creator of Intuition Circle and the Intuitive Life Coaching Certification and Business Building Program. And today we're talking about the 3 ways to use your intuition as an intuitive life coach. If you are here with me live, could you say hi in the chat? We're here inside of our Facebook group where I show up every single week with some kind of tool, tip, training, inspiration about either you getting coaching or you being a coach. I'm so obsessed with coaching. Yeah, I'm obsessed. My other obsession, my biggest obsession right now in my life is helping women go do what they're called to do in the world. Like, just me thinking the thought makes me cry because I just see Jackie here. Hi, Jackie. Hello, face. And sometimes I just see Facebook user and then I can't see your name, and that's okay. I use this thing called StreamYard, and if you click that button, StreamYard will let me see your name. And if you don't want to click that button, it's okay. And I just see Facebook user, and that's okay too. Let me know where you're from, where you're and like, do you have warm weather? Do you have spring weather? Do you have hot weather? Where in the world are you? Shan from Scotland. Amazing. Amazing. Isn't it amazing that we can all be together from all over the world? Blows my mind. It really does. It's like, blows my mind. Okay. Awesome. Thanks everybody for being here. I'm glad you're here. Okay. So here's what we're doing today. 3 ways to use your intuition as an intuitive life coach. So when I started the Empaths and Sensitives Facebook group in the summer of 2017, we were just focused on like becoming healthy, happy empaths and sensitives. And I learned through my own growth and development and helping others that healthy empaths are intuitives, and we are the healers and the helpers and the light workers and the coaches of the world. Like, that's our gift. And so that's why it's kind of evolved into like me talking about intuition and intuitive life coaching, because those are the things I do now. So hopefully that helps you. Awesome. Thanks everybody for being here. Okay, so here's 3 ways to use your intuition as an intuitive life coach. This can be about you coaching yourself. You can use these methods. Well, I don't know if you can use them for yourself. Some of them you can. But these are certainly, if you are willing to call yourself an intuitive life coach, hang your shingle and help and serve people in the world, you can use these 3 ways. Most people who come into my program will say, Michelle, I'm not intuitive enough to be an intuitive life coach. And it's not true. So let's talk about these 3 ways and I'll explain that. Way number 1. The easiest, most obvious way that I use my intuition as an intuitive life coach is to give a reading, right? I don't use this one hardly at all anymore. I've learned that it's better to help people get their own answers than to give them the answers. And honestly, my answers might be wrong or might not resonate with them yet, or might just be wrong, right? Or might be spot on. It's not consistent though. I know that. No one's is. So step number 1 is to give a reading. It's the most basic. It has value, but it's the lowest on the options of how to use intuition for me. Okay. So I came up with this. I only used to give readings. Back in the day, I worked as a psychic and a medium. That was my passion. I didn't know any better. I didn't even know about coaching yet. So I would sit with a client, close my eyes and say, don't give me any information. Let me close my eyes and give you everything that's coming to me. And then I'll open my eyes and you can tell me if any of that makes sense. That's how I used to work. It had value. It had a fraction of the value of coaching, if I'm really honest. Today, I keep my eyes open and I say to my clients, what do you hope to accomplish? And we're doing it together. Does that make sense? They're in charge of their lives, not me, just giving them information. There's value in that, but not the most value. Okay, so give a reading, give information. Way number 2, I use this one consistently. I When I'm working with my client as a coach, and when you work with your client as a coach, when they're speaking, can't you feel the level of truth or the level of emotional strings attached to what they're telling you? And if those strings or the weight of it is holding them back or not? Does that make sense to anybody? I feel like this is so hard to speak. It doesn't even have to be in your coaching, it can be in your life. You know that when someone talks to you, you can feel the weight of it, of the words, or the emotion of the words. Type yes or no in the chat. Am I the only one understanding this? I hope not. Yes or no? Give me something. And if you say no, that's okay. I'll keep trying to say it. So one, okay, good. Somebody just said most definitely. So you guys know this. You can either think of it in terms of coaching, or just think about it in terms of when you're talking with someone, because we are sensitive souls. We know this. When we talk to someone, we can feel the energy of the words, or we can feel the emotions that drive the words. We can feel the strings. To me, it feels, when people are telling me their story, it feels like a tightness. And my job, and it just feels like that. That's intuition. And my job, I go inside and I can feel the tightness, and I start to think of things I can say, or things I can do, or questions I can ask that's going to help to move, get a little breath, or get a little movement in the tightness. Does that make sense? That's intuition. That's working at a deeper level. I use that one and the next one the most. That's a great use of your intuition, a great use of it. Readings, giving people information is good too, but feeling into the tightness or the strings of their stuff is way more effective. Okay, that's another use of intuition. Number 3, maybe the most important, teach your clients to tap into their intuition. You know that saying in the Bible, I can't quote the Bible. I don't read it like I should. You can either fish for someone or teach someone to fish. So if we feed someone, we feed them for the day. If we teach someone to fish, they get to eat for a lifetime. And I feel like teaching people to tap in and trust their own intuition is like feeding them for a lifetime. Does that feel true to you too? Yes or no? So one of the things I do with my clients when I'm working with them, I'll take them through techniques to tap into their own intuition. One of the biggest ones I use is called Head, Heart, and Gut. I teach it inside of Circle, and I teach it inside my certification program. But it's something I take my clients through, where I'll have them tap into the situation they're addressing. I'll have them bring it to their head and tell me what thoughts and feelings and visions come up around it. I'll have them go into their heart space with it and give me the thoughts, feelings, and emotions around it. And I'll have them tap into their gut space and give me the thoughts, feelings, images, anything around it. And it's fascinating because most people, even people who call themselves not very intuitive, will have different information at those 3 different spots. And anytime we have more perspectives, that creates more wisdom. And so that's that idea of teaching people to fish. And so now we've given our client that tool. And now my clients will say, Michelle, I was really struggling the other day, and I did the head, heart, and gut, and I realized that whatever, blah, blah, blah. Do you see how we've just helped someone, give them the tool to help them have their own great lives? We want to put ourselves out of business. We want the most successful thing anybody could say to me is, Michelle, I'm doing great. I don't need to see you anymore. Right? There's plenty of people for us to help. We want people up and running and having their own great lives is the plan. Okay. So those are the 3 ways. I'll give them to you really quick one more time. 3 ways to use your intuition as an intuitive life coach. Give a reading, give what's coming to you. Number 2, feel into what the client is saying and feel the emotion, the drivers, the energy underneath it. To me, it feels like tightness And my job is to help create some space between, start to move it. And then 3, teach your clients to tap into their own intuition. And that's that idea of teaching people to fish and live their great lives. Is that helpful for you today? I feel like it was short, quick. What questions do you have? What questions are coming up? Awesome, thank you. Can you give some tips on how to help others tap into their intuition? I just gave you the one about the head, heart, and gut. I'll have my client tap into their head with the situation and tell me what comes up. I'll have them move that situation to their heart space and tell me how it feels and what they think and the visuals that come up. And I'll have them move that same person or situation to their gut and tap in there. Another thing that I do with my clients sometimes, let me just feel into that or think about this. I have this other technique I call the 2 roads technique. It doesn't always work. It depends on the situation. It works best when somebody can't decide between this and this. And I might take them through the 2 roads technique. That's another way to help them tap into their intuition. And it's as simple as this. There's more details, I guess, to it. But in this quickest way is I have them visualize or feel into the 2 paths. And I'll have them walk down the first path and I just guide them through telling me what they see, what they feel, and everything that comes with that. And then I'll have them come back to the center point and then go down the other path. And then I have them open their eyes and I'll just say, what do you know? What do you think now that you just went through that visualization or into that clairsentient exercise? And that helps them. Again, I think intuition creates more perspectives. And when we have more perspectives, that means we are seeing the situation from more vantage points. I think that's the right way to say it. And then that gives us greater wisdom on the steps to take or the healing that needs to be taken. Is it possible to help someone who doesn't know they need help or doesn't know yet that they want to be helped? I don't help people who don't think they need to be helped. And I don't help people who don't consciously want my help yet. But if it bothers me that they don't know that they need help, that's my problem. That's work for me to do inside myself. If I see, like the first person who comes to my mind is my husband because he's the closest person. There's things in his life that I think, buddy, are you not aware of that? And I've consciously said something because I'm his wife and he just chooses to not want to deal with it yet. And if that bothers me, that he doesn't want to deal with it, that's my problem. I work on me. I work on the fact that it bothers me, that it doesn't bother him. Is that helpful? So if there's anyone out there in the world that you think needs help and they don't want help and it bothers you, then you go get help for that. Is that too rough? Is that helpful? It's really empowering though, because we always have us. We always have us to work on. Okay, makes sense. Awesome. Is that helpful for anybody else? So if I'm ever bothered by someone else's behavior, that's my problem. And I work on me. I mean, it's hard when it's someone you love. Absolutely. It is hard. But again, if you've got someone you love who's struggling, I work on me. I work on me. Is there anything you have the client do before the head, heart, and gut exercise, like meditate, deep breaths? What if they say they do not know how to tap into those? Or does that not happen to you? It's really interesting. I used to ask myself the question that you just asked me, but I've learned that the more confidence I have, the more I believe that everyone has the ability to tap into their intuition. When I just show up with that belief, it seems to be true. Like, I'll just say to my client, close your eyes. I'm going to take you through a little exercise. You might see it, you might feel it, imagine, sense, and feel, and I'll just take them through it. The worst thing that happens is they'll say, Michelle, I don't really see anything. I don't think I'm doing this right. I go, you can't do it wrong. It's okay. Just follow along. This thing I do to help them tap into their intuition, I learned through working as a hypnosis or a hypnotherapist. I learned all these techniques. It was interesting. I was learning hypnosis and intuition and psychic and mediumship all at the same time. I was fascinated with altered states of consciousness. And as I slowly just took people through hypnosis, you could feel their fear or belief that they can't really visualize and they can't feel and they don't have intuition. And I was just like, just imagine, sense, and feel. You can't do it wrong. Which is almost like this lullaby vibe. And the more I believe they can, and the calmer I am, and the more I believe it, the more they have it. It's fascinating. Okay, I hope that's helpful. And if you really did that exercise and they just flat out couldn't do it, then just pull another tool out of your toolbox. Just tell them that's okay. Let that one go. And you've got more tools in your toolbox. But do I have them take deep breaths or meditate? No, I don't. But you could. Okay. Yes, exactly. I'm seeking counsel for myself to balance that very element. Awesome. Okay, I love that. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that's helpful. Okay, are there any other questions? Okay, I hope this was helpful. 3 ways to use your intuition as an intuitive life coach. Give readings. Not the best thing anymore. Everybody has their own answers. Let's believe that. Help people tap into their own answers. And then you feel into, as they share their stories or their struggles or what they want in their life, you feel the emotional charge to it. And you can see where the strings are holding them back and what you can help them let go of. Okay, hope that was helpful. Yes, how to best tap into your own intuition in guiding others. You have it as a question, but I think I answered that. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next week. Again, every week we do some kind of tool, tip, or training for about 20 minutes. And I hope it was helpful for you. Okay, everybody, thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.